Hola! Welcome back to Tarot and Tea with me, Laura D. This very stormy and blustery January evening. Welcome back to my show. The ceremonial slurp of tea has been this video for a while, so I'm really happy to be filming some more tarot and tea videos. And thank you for all the lovely feedback that you have sent me about the previous videos we've been doing. So, what I would like from these videos is to offer something to think about, whether you're brand new to the tarot and you're just getting to learn about it for the first time, or whether you've been reading for years or you're starting to read professionally, or you enjoy reading as a hobby. I'd like to give everybody something to think about with this and a discussion point, because I've been reading the tarot for over 12 years now. Let's just not count. A long time. Professionally for professionally for around 11-12 years. And I am on that awesome journey, and I'm always learning, and I'm never thinking that's it, I have now learned all there is to know about the tarot. Oh no, I've got a whole lot of time to discover and to learn and keep going. So I really love sharing and discussing and going on this learning journey together. And today what I would like to talk about is something very, very simple that every tarot reading is gonna need and anybody that's ever had a tarot reading has thought about. And it is, I feel, one of the most important factors of a tarot reading, and I think it's one of the most under considered aspects of a tarot reading, and that is how you phrase your question. Epically important in so many ways, and so not thought about that well. Some people are like, what, you ask questions in tarot readings? And it's like, no, sometimes I think, I thought you just gave me a reading. I didn't know how you could ask a question. Yes, you can ask questions. I like questions. Questions are great as long as you want to ask them. It's not necessary. You don't have to ask a question when you go for reading. You could simply just say, I'd like a general reading about this year. But I'll go on to that in just a bit, actually, because I have something to say about that as well afterwards. But the most throwaway thing we sometimes do is ask a question. And this is something that's really, really special, that you're coming for a reading, whether that be face-to-face, phone, Skype, email, around a friend's house over a cuppa. You're going to look at something which can give you guidance about how to move forward in your life, spiritually, practically, emotionally. You're going to consult something which is going to give you a greater knowledge of yourself. And that's the thing, isn't it? We often go to reading thinking we're going to find out about other things around us, and we do. But what we find out most about is ourselves, and what we're trying to not look at sometimes. What comes up in reading sometimes is things we don't want to deal with sometimes as well. But that's not for so much for today. Today is about the question and the formulating of the question. So, what would you ask a tarot reader? I'm asking, what would you ask? You might ask, will I get this job? Will I find love? They're pretty much the biggest questions. Will I find love? Will I be loved? Will I be happy? And will I be secure? Will I get this job? And they are the fundamental questions of being human. We are human animals. We want to feel secure. We want to feel safe. We want love. We want those beautiful things. So why not ask? Will we get them? No, exactly. Why not? It's fine. It is fine. But there's a way to get a heck of a lot more from your reading. And actually, it is best not to ask passive questions. It is best. Doesn't mean that people are going to tell you off. I'm not going to tell you off. No, I'm not, because I do it as well. I'm not sitting on a cloud saying, I never ask these questions, I'm enlightened. Not at all. I do ask them. I'm like, but I want to know this. But when I get the best guidance coming through, when I get the most soul satisfying responses, is when I ask the more active questions, the questions that are showing that I am open to learning, that I'm open to going on this journey, that I'm open to pushing myself, finding out, that I'm open to healing. Okay, so instead of asking, will I get this job? Maybe a better question would be, how can I, how can I make the most of my work situation? How can I move forward in my career at the moment that's going to satisfy me, my goals, my dreams? How can I make the best of this interview? You know, how can I work this? What can I do career-wise at this moment in time to expand my potential? And if you're feeling really epic, you could just say, is this job... No, that's still passive. You see, I'm slipping into it all the time. But what can I do to work to fulfill my soul's purpose on this earth? Wow, that's if you have a job that does kind of fulfill your soul's purpose. But how can I work and how can I move forward in alignment with my soul's purpose? That's really epic. You don't have to ask those epic questions, but it's just like you can, you know, you can say, what can I do with my career at this moment in time that's going to be in alignment with my soul's journey on this planet? And that is just like, epic. But you know, on a very practical, because I'm a very practical girl, you can also say, I'm going for this job, I would like to change my career. What steps can I take to be more fulfilled, to be more satisfied with my work, to work more efficiently? So, you know, these are the kind of questions you can ask, where actually when you get the reading, you will find that you get so much more. For example, a passive question, like, will I get the job? Only readers have a yes or a no answer, doesn't it? Or a yes or, you know, nothing's black and white. So, it looks likely this job is yours. Or it looks likely that actually you're not going to really fit in there. It's not quite the job for you. But you'll get something in a month's time. You know, it kind of has those two really routes you can go down, you know, doesn't it? However, and that can leave you going, question mark, oh, I won't get the job. Or, oh, I've got the job, I can just lay back and drink my tea, chill out, and that might not be the best way forward either. So what I don't like when I'm doing readings is that someone's going to feel disempowered after it. I would love them to feel really fired up. So if, you know, they ask about what they can do, how can they work effectively, you know, the more active questions, then I can, you know, then a reader can look at this and go, right, well, you're good at this, and I can see these skills, and I can see that you're releasing, you know, all this stuff in the past, and you're really channeling on what you love doing now, and this is going to move forward. You know, you can see these plans, and therefore someone's going to go away with a plan or with an option of how they can move forward, and they may feel really excited about that, rather than a yes or no, which kind of leaves a bit of a bookend and a bit of a, oh, okay. You know, and it's easier. We want the shortcut, don't we? We want to know, I'll get that job, and we all want to know that kind of thing. If we have something we really, really want, then we just want someone to tell us it'll be okay. But that's not always the most effective or useful guidance, actually. It's not always the most useful guidance because nothing's set in stone, and it's good to be open, and it's really good to be open to what's the threads of weird, threads of fate, threads of what's happening, and also to be active and say, well, I would like to, you know, make the most of this situation. So that made sense. And also with love as well, you know, instead of asking what we would all want, will I find love, which is a big question, you know, it's what, you know, especially with a bad, you know, bad day, it's a rainy January day, will I find love, is a totally apt, totally cool question, and you'll get a fine answer from it. You'll get a fine answer from it. But do you want more than fine? Do you want fire, inspiration, and beauty? I think so. So you could then ask, you know, okay, what can I do to be more loving? What can I do to heal myself from past heartache so that I can attract this amazing connection that I want? I'm sensing a connection between me and someone. You know, how can I work with that positively? Is it the right thing to do? Though, is it the right thing to do? It's a passive question. I keep slipping them in there. Naughty brain. But you know what I mean. I hope. So in love, rather than will I find love, it's like, okay, I would, you know, love and relationships, how, you know, they're very complicated things. You know, work in a way is much more simple. We can deal with work questions, they're fine. But love is like a whole emotional melting pot sometimes. So you know, you can say, okay, I'm open to love. I'm attracting it in. I really would like to work with how to attract in the right partner. Something like that is probably going to get you a really interesting reading, a really interesting reading. You know, I'm open to making these changes this year. You know, how can I, you know, expand my circle of friends so that I meet that right person? You know, there's these things that you can say which are going to give you a plan, as I say, and feel excited about things. So I hope that's made some sense to you and has not gone on too long. I just feel that this is really special for you guys and for me and for anyone that's doing a reading, getting a reading, that the person that asked the question has so much power in the situation, more than they probably are aware of, that how they come to this reading is so affecting the energy of the reading, and spending some time thinking, actually, this is what I want to know. So if you can meditate beforehand, if you can take some time out to really let the waters of your emotions settle so the clarity can rise to the top, then you can get some amazing things. And also be aware that the initial question that you might come out with at the top of your head, you know, does Bob love me? Does Bob love me? That'd be the, you know, or, you know, what's going on there? Could be the initial question, but that is like the lid of a cauldron of a lot of other stuff that's going on. That, you know, you have so much wealth of inner knowing. You know deep down so much that's going on. You know that Bob is attracted to you. You know that you're actually probably a bit scared about getting involved with him because you had a bad breakup and it's still affecting you in many ways. And you know that maybe you're acting a bit strangely when you see Bob because of this. Bob, he's a popular boy. What can I say? So you have this inner emotional bank of awareness, which we kind of don't listen to enough sometimes. And we just go, oh, but does Bob love me? Or, you know, that one question we project it out to other people. And again, the answer may be, yeah, no, cool. But, you know, instead of saying, actually, I'm aware that I'm ready for a relationship. I think I've done a lot of healing. What can I do? You know, I really like this person. What would be the best way for me to handle this situation? Amazing, really practical, really useful, very deep. So it's a great combination of things. And often, you know, the questions we just fire off can be those instinctive like responses. They're kind of we're reacting rather than letting the real wisdom come to the surface. So for example, you know, when people have arguments and stuff, you could go off your handle at somebody because they left the jar lid off and now your jam has gone all funny. Oh, can't say I've done that myself, but you know. And really you got angry at them because of this jam, and I don't think it was really about the jam, was it? You probably, unless it was a really epic, expensive, posh bit of jam, you probably were right about it. The deeper stuff that was going on there was that you're thinking, are we okay? Is this relationship working? You seem distant and you're not thinking as much about me. You know, maybe that kind of thing's on your mind. So you're wondering, are we okay? How's this relationship going? We seem to have drifted. And that comes out as in snapping at something like jam. So the deeper stuff will come up with the tarot if you allow it. You know, it doesn't always have to come up. You don't have to go deep every time. You can just find out those things. It's okay. But the deeper stuff can come up, and it can make a lot more sense for us when we give it the space to come up, when we phrase our questions correctly, when we spend some time thinking, you know what, it wasn't the jam. I was actually feeling a bit vulnerable and a bit hurt because of this person's behaviour. So I'd like to look at that. I would like to look at where this hurt's coming from and how our connection is. Are we okay? What's going on? How can I work with this relationship? You know, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I hope that has made some sense. I'm not going to give an example with the cards because you'll be forced, and I don't really want to force it. But I just would like you to leave you with the idea that if you ask those more proactive questions, you probably go away with a lot more focus and excitement about things than maybe if you ask the questions where you're just throwing it out there and not taking that control or responsibility. It's not control, we don't really have, you know, but it's more the responsibility for what we're asking about. I would love your thoughts. I think I've gone on long enough. This is a subject that I'm really quite passionate about, asking the right question and focusing on your readings and being aware that you have so much to offer that reading, and to come with it with the right space is just really, it's an amazing thing. So, your thoughts, your comments down here, please. Yes. If you do enjoy, do like and share and subscribe. That would be fabulous. Drink some tea, also very fabulous. And I will see you very soon. Enjoy your journey within and without with the tarot. Enjoy those explorations. Enjoy finding how you can make the most of a situation. Maybe an experiment. I can give you an experiment is maybe ask the cards if you have them, or do it with a friend. Ask them how you can make the most out of ... What can you do to improve ... Maybe that's just tomorrow. Maybe that's just okay tomorrow. What can I do to get the most out of tomorrow? How can I serve, or how can I bring something to this tomorrow? And just experiment and see how it goes, and see how you feel about those scenarios. As maybe opposed to, as an experiment, what will happen tomorrow? Again, what will happen tomorrow could be a really useful answer, but I think you're going to be then left with that space of, what will that be? How will that happen? You know, you're left with more question marks rather than feeling excited and focused. Thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how it all goes, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm really excited to let you guys know that here in 2015, I'm doing my next set of tarot training courses. I started the Heart of Avalon training here in Glastonbury, in Avalon, and I'll be doing my next set of tarot courses face-to-face here, and also online courses coming soon. So if you'd like to learn the beauty and the depth of the tarot through all the suits, all the astrology, the numerology, the magic and the myth, then come to my website, LauraRedWitch.com, to find out more information. I have taught for many, many years all over the globe, and I love it, and I love teaching. Some people that I've taught already have gone on to become professional tarot readers, and some have just gone on to really enjoy that path of myth, magic and beauty. And we'll be doing all of this here in the magical landscape of Glastonbury. So on the face-to-face courses as well, we'll actually be going out and working on the land with the elements, as well as working here with the cards. So if you'd like to find out more, do check my website below, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.